Well, thank you so very much. It is such a tremendous honor and blessing to be with you for this Democrats for Life of America virtual gala, to join with the First Lady of Louisiana, Donna Edwards, and Senator Mike Gabbard of Hawaii, other honorable political leaders, and also people who I consider to be heroes. One of those, Teresa Bukovac, your board president and national organizing director. When you look at what the world would say about our relationship, it would never make sense, because I am a Catholic Christian. I'm a man. I like a good steak once in a while. And the cause of protecting human life has led me to vote for a number of Republicans over the years, in full transparency. On the other hand, Teresa is an atheist, a feminist, a vegan, and a Democrat. So today's divided, angry world would say that she and I should be enemies. We should be at each other's throats, but instead, we're friends. And we work side by side, and have for many years, on important pro-life efforts. And also, Kristen Day, your executive director. Kristen and I have been colleagues, and we've worked alongside one another for many, many years. We've prayed together. I remember one time we were at a meeting of national pro-life leaders in Florida, and the two of us went together and prayed outside of a Planned Parenthood abortion center in Naples. And there was a collaboration and a synergy there that was profound. Kristen is also a dear friend. And also, I'm honored to be here with you, the 1 in 3 Democrats who identify as pro-life, who are working to end violence against human life in all its forms without discrimination. Abortion, assisted suicide, the death penalty, disparities in healthcare that lead to tragic and unnecessary loss of life, systemic racism, climate changes that threaten and harm the lives of the vulnerable. There's one consistent thread through all of this, and that's the crisis that brings us together this evening: the devaluing of human life. This is the major social problem of our time. And I believe that one day history will look back and measure you and me by how we solve or fail to solve this crisis that affects all of humanity. When I think about how we can solve this crisis, I'm reminded of the words that were printed in the Stanford Social Innovation Review. And I quote, "No single organization is responsible for any major social problem, nor can any single organization cure it. Large-scale social change requires broad, cross-sector coordination." End quote. When we think about those words, we recognize that we all have some share in the responsibility for this problem, all of us. And we all bear responsibility for solving this crisis of the devaluing of human life together. No single politician can cure it. No single organization can cure it. And we know that no single political party can cure it. We must all work together, cross-sector coordination, to solve these great challenges that threaten not only our future, but the future for our children and for our grandchildren. I believe that's why you are here tonight. And that's why I am here tonight. In my more than 20 years in the pro-life movement, initially as a local volunteer, and then running a local pro-life group in College Station, Texas, and then starting and leading 40 Days for Life through its first decade, building it into a worldwide movement of 750,000 volunteers. And now, as I train and mentor pro-life leaders across the country and around the globe, the central theme of my life has always been collaboration, because we can accomplish so much more together. So that's why your mission at Democrats for Life of America is so crucial: to defend universal human rights within the Democratic Party and to elect whole-life Democrats, to end the influence of systems of pervasive injustice, particularly the mass lethal injustice of abortion and other human rights abuses, and to build a life-affirming culture within the party, in our communities, and throughout our nation. I was struck the blog post that Democrats for Life posted recently where they said, and I fully agree with this, the greatest fear of the abortion lobby isn't Republicans, it's pro-life Democrats. It's you. You are uniquely positioned to shift the direction of one of America's major political parties. You are positioned to work in collaboration with people of faith, of conscience, convicted to protect and respect human life. And in so doing, you are going to help to save millions of lives. And you are going to shift the very course of American history so that we can become a nation that loves, respects, and protects every member of our human family. And that brings us to this moment, the most important time of our evening together on this virtual gala, the opportunity that you have and that I have to invest in the transformative work of Democrats for Life of America. And I want you to know that everything that you give tonight, your one-time gift, your pledge of ongoing recurring support, goes straight into this life-saving, culture-changing work. Just last night, Teresa texted me excitedly and she said, the paperwork is all filed with the IRS. We are now recognized as a 501c3 so that all gifts donated to Democrats for Life of America are deductible to the fullest extent allowed by the IRS. So you tonight can make a difference in helping through that cross-sector collaboration to build a culture of life. And there are two opportunities you have to invest into this important work. The first opportunity I want to invite you to consider is a one-time gift. A one-time gift to support and build this important work. And through your one-time investment, let me help to put it into perspective what that can do. Maybe for you, it's going to be a $100 one-time gift tonight. And that can help to build a state chapter of Democrats for Life because we know that what happens state by state is what shapes the direction of the nation. Maybe for you, it's going to be $250, and that can help Democrats for Life of America to identify, to recruit, and to train young pro-life Democrats and help them grow in the system, grow within the party, and have greater and greater influence. Maybe for you tonight, it's going to be a $500 one-time gift to help get more pro-life Democrats elected to office. Maybe it's going to be $1,000 to help shift the conversation and to shift the position of life issues within the Democratic Party. Now, I don't know what role you're called to. I don't know what one-time gift you are led to put into this work. No gift is too small. I just want to make that very clear. But I think Kristen and Teresa would agree that no gift is too large. Is that correct? I hope that's okay. Your investment will truly determine how many vulnerable people will be protected. And your investment will determine how many more lives will be saved. And what could be more important and speaking up for those who cannot speak for themselves? So the one-time gift is the first decision you have here before you this evening. The second decision, and I want this to not be an either or, I hope it's a both and. Your one-time gift is a huge shot in the arm for Democrats for Life of America tonight as a part of this virtual gala. But where you can make an ongoing impact is through a recurring pledge of support. And that's your second opportunity you have tonight to give. Some of you have already been monthly donors to this work. And that's a huge blessing, a huge gift, and that enables them to build a budget and to plan and to make a difference throughout the year, not just during a busy, chaotic election season. Fundraising events like this are important for one-time gifts, but also that ongoing support is the lifeblood. I've run a national and then even an international nonprofit organization. The one-time gifts were a huge help, but it was the ongoing pledges, the recurring support that enabled us to build our impact over the long haul. Now, I know that ongoing support is not always easy, but it's worth it. It's worth it when a woman is scared and feels she has nowhere to turn, and because she hears a consistent message from Republicans, Democrats, atheists, Christians, Jews, she knows there are people who are willing to come alongside her and help her through that crisis, and she can choose life. It's worth it. It's worth it when you meet children who are alive because of you. It's worth it when you see the narrative shift within the Democratic Party and throughout the culture and in the media because of you. It's so incredibly worth it. Remember those words. No single organization is responsible for any major social problem, nor can any single organization cure it. Large-scale social change requires broad cross-sector coordination. You are part of that solution. Preborn children need you and pro-life Democrats to succeed. Women facing unexpected pregnancies, they need you and pro-life Democrats to succeed. And the most vulnerable in our culture need you and pro-life Democrats to succeed. So now is your opportunity to give. Let me tell you how to give, and then I'm going to actually walk you through this. And I'm not asking you to do something that I'm not willing to do. I am making my donation tonight to Democrats for Life of America, and I'm asking you to join me in doing the same. So how you're going to do that is you're going to open a new browser tab. You don't want to go away from the last few moments of this event because Teresa has something really special planned for us right after I'm done. But you're going to open up in a new browser window. If you're on your phone, just open a new window. If you're on a computer, a new tab in your browser. And you're going to go to democratsforlife.org. And that's Democrats, F-O-R, life.org, democratsforlife.org. Now, what I'm going to try to do here, and I'm going to see if I can do this without breaking the virtual gala here, is I'm actually going to pull up my screen and show you what you will see. All right, so it looks like that is working. All right, so this is the democratsforlife.org website. And when you get here, I'm on a desktop, but maybe you're on a mobile device. It might look a little bit differently, but what you're looking for is the red button that says donate. Maybe in the upper right tab on your computer, or if you're on a mobile device, a little bit further down on the screen. But you're going to want to click that button, and I'm just going to do this. So you've opened a new tab, you went to democratsforlife.org, and you get to the donate page. And when you get there, I'm going to show you what the page looks like so you know exactly how this whole process works. You have two options: a one-time gift, option one that I talked to you about, and number two is a recurring gift. And I hope tonight you'll consider doing both of those. Then there are different preset amounts, or you can type in your own other amount. So let's say you wanted to make a $500 gift, or whatever amount, you would put that in there. You're welcome to put a special note if you want. But then as you go down, if you're making the gift on behalf of an organization, you could check that. But for most of us, what I'm doing is making my gift as an individual. So you would go through and put in your first name, your last name, your email address. Check the box if you want to receive email updates. Who wouldn't want to continue to know how Democrats for Life of America is shaping the culture and helping to bring the pro-life voice out in the Democratic Party? And then on the other side, you can choose to make your gift through a credit card or a debit card, through a direct bank deposit, or through PayPal. It's your choice. I'm going to use a credit card because it's really easy for me. So whatever you want, you would enter your information in or check one of these other options, then fill in your address. And the last thing I'll point out to you, and then I'm going to show you as I make my donation, you have a little checkbox where once you put the amount in, you can cover the fee for credit card processing. So that's not taken away from Democrats for Life. And then you would click your donate button. Now, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to blur out part of my screen, and then I'm going to pull up another tab in my browser where I've already got my information pre-populated. So going back up to the top, I filled in an amount, and I'm doing in other amounts. That's why one of the main checkboxes isn't there. And you're not seeing a lot of this because I'm right now, obviously don't want to have my credit card information out there in the public. But as you go down the page, I've filled in my information on one side as an individual, my phone number. Then I put over here, you can't see the specifics of it, but my credit card information, my address, and I did check the box to cover the fees. And then what I'm going to do, just show you how simple this is, I'm going to just click the button and I wait. And what it's doing behind the scenes is it's processing my donation. The checkbox says, I just made my gift to Democrats for Life of America. And so now, as I've made my gift, I'm encouraging you to do the same. So if you haven't already, open the new tab in your browser, and in that, type in democratsforlife.org in your phone, on your mobile device, your tablet, your computer, open a new tab. And when you do that, you fill in your information, choose one time or recurring, fill in your information, your credit card information, make that donation. It's that simple. You can do this. Do it now. It makes a difference. Together, as we collaborate and work to build a culture of life, we are shifting the national narrative. Democrats for Life of America is building an amazing network of pro-life Democrats who are changing the party from within to be the party looking out for all the most vulnerable, all the least, the most helpless in our culture. You have an opportunity to help change our society in collaboration with the entirety of the pro-life movement. I walked you through it. If you haven't, go ahead and do that right now. Make your most generous gift to Democrats for Life of America. And if for any reason you prefer to mail your gift, and I know there are a handful of people who aren't comfortable making an online donation, or maybe it's too hard with your phone right now, but I'll just verbally tell you the address. Maybe Teresa and others can put this into the on the page somewhere else later. But if you want to mail your gift, make it out to Democrats for Life of America. Remember, 501c3, tax deductible, and then mail that to 10521 Judicial Drive. I love that. 10521 Judicial Drive, Unit 200, and that's in Fairfax, Virginia, 22030. Let me say that one more time. 10521 Judicial Drive, Unit 200, Fairfax, Virginia, 22030. So please continue to give. Thanks to those who are already giving during this virtual gala. Kristen, Teresa, everyone, thank you so much for inviting me to be a part of this, and know how encouraged I am. In this very difficult time in our culture and in our nation, when there's so much division, we have an opportunity to collaborate for the cause of protecting human life. What could be more important? Thank you so very much. And now I'll turn this back over because, as I said, Teresa has something very special planned for us. Thanks to each of you for your participation in this event, for your generosity, and may God richly bless you in this work.